Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Topeak Midloader Frame Drybag. The new Topeak Midloader Drybag upgrades Topeak's existing frame bags with improved materials and a semi-rigid construction. It's a versatile design that's designed to optimize storage and access during bikepacking or mountain biking. Packaging wise, you can see it just comes with a little cardboard sleeve, and this just goes through the strap. For shelf display, you can see the yellow and white graphics that you see with a lot of Topeak products, and some basic specs and measurements printed on it. As far as retail price, it depends on which one you get. There's a small, medium, large. Small is 2 liters at $105. Medium is 3 liters and $145, and that's what you see here. And they also have a 4.5 liter large that retails for $160. They all have an eco-friendly TPU construction. You can see a nice little rigid, so it holds its shape. Reflective graphics printed on there. And this forward shifted design, so you can see how it's a little bit taller toward the front and then a little bit more shallow on the rear to ensure more weight toward the front of the bike. As far as what comes with it, you can see if you open it up, you have some accessories stored on the inside. The quick start guide that gives you some clues on how to attach it. The additional strap, as the other ones are only pre-installed. Then you have a little information here with the zipper and some protective 3M film. And this is important because the straps here can actually rub paint if you get dirt underneath them over time. Now, if we take a look at the weight, again, we have the size medium. You can see it comes in at about 168 grams. Visually, the Midloader Drybag shares the same semi-rigid construction that we've seen with other bags, like the Topeak Top Loader Drybag. So it's a TPU fabric construction, so you can see flexible, but there's an inner piece that helps it stay rigid. So you can see it stays nice and straight, and it has an interesting design, almost a trapezoidal shape. That's what they call their forward shifted design. So you can see it's taller in the front, where you have the down tube and the top tube section, and then it tapers off on the rear, where it goes to the rear of the bike to help keep weight more forward. You can see it's a nice fabric appearance. These geometric design that's actually retro reflective, so at night it'll shine and help you stay visible. Basic Topeak branding, and you can see the same thing on the other side. There's 2 zippers on each side, and this is water repellent, so it's weatherproof but not waterproof. So it's good for most rain, but if you're in really heavy rain, you're gonna wanna use a dry bag on the inside. You can see the zippers are protected, and they are a water repellent design, so they're the rubber design that prevents water from getting in. And this nice little cover, and that prevents dirt and grime from getting there if you're riding in mud. They're full length, so they go all the way. So great access on the inside. And one side, you can see it's smaller. The other side gives you the much larger compartment for bigger items, so you can help organize things separately. As this comes in 3 different sizes, small, medium, large. We have the medium, and you can see with 3 liter capacity, it's a pretty big bag. Dimensions are 45 by 13.1 by 6 centimeters, or 17.7 inches by 5.2 by 2.3. So you're gonna wanna measure your frame to make sure you get the appropriate size that fits. It will block water bottles, so you wanna make sure it's not blocking something essential. As far as the access, you can see, again, 3 liter capacity. It's all black on the inside, unfortunately. They didn't go with a higher color one. A lot of Topeak bags that have yellow or something bright. But this one, it's just a big open compartment, and when it's black, it's harder to find things. It would have been nice if it was yellow or something brighter. So on one side, you put the heavier items, and you can actually see this has a little liner in here. It's almost like a plastic piece that helps it stay straight. So you can see, even empty, still has some structure. And then on the other side, you can see nice zipper pulls. A thinner one, so this is great for snacks, smaller items, cash, keys. And it just splits that up in the middle. As far as mounting this, you can see it's a simple strap design, so nothing fancy like the Tailfin attachments. It's just basic Velcro, and you can see there's a couple spots on the front, so 3 on the front, so you can move one of these. And then on the rear, you have 1 spot here, another one for the seat post, so I'll prevent this from swaying side to side. They also have the protective film, which is really important if you do this long term on your bike, as it can scratch as it goes back and forth. But very easy to mount and pretty good capacity too. So the maximum load on this is either 2, 3, or 4 kilograms, depending on the size. So size medium gives you 3 kilograms, which is more than enough weight for anything that would actually fit in here. Here you can see the bag installed on our Triban RC520. Our size is a little bit small. We went with the medium, and you can see we probably should have gone with a large to get it to fit flush against the C-tube. But even with a little bit of gap, you have plenty of stretch with the Velcro strap, and you have one on the rear, front, and then 2 on the top to really prevent any type of sway. It will block water bottles even with our larger frame size, so you do have to be careful with that. Make sure you use a side loader or a smaller sized bottle. You have dual side zipper, so the left side gives you space for smaller, thinner items like credit cards, goos, or little tools, while the other one is much larger. It would have been nice if the interior was not all black, because you can see it's really hard to find things, especially a black item in the black area. But otherwise, nice big area. It is weatherproof, so not fully waterproof, but for most riding, it keeps everything nice and dry. I just wouldn't use it in heavy rain. You can see riding footage wise, the bag looks great. You don't really feel it when you're pedaling. It's just wide enough to be slightly wider than the top tube, so it doesn't really rub. And overall, it doesn't sway thanks to all the Velcro straps. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the Topeak Midloader Drybag. What we like about it is it has a semi-rigid design, so it holds its form whether it's empty or full. It's also weatherproof with a TPU material and dual side zippers, so it's really easy to access items. It has flexible mounting with reflective graphics, so it's easy to put on your bike and gives you some nighttime visibility. As far as negatives, the interior is all black, so it would have been nice if it was a high visibility color like yellow, like the other Topeak bag, to make it easier to find items as they can get lost in the black void. Taking everything into account, we'd give it an 8.9 out of 10. It's a versatile and premium quality mid-loader bag. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.